Hello dancers, it's Miss Sarah and I'm coming to you today with the puppet story for the ballet that we are just finishing learning in my ballet classes. It's called The Little Humpback Horse. Now little sounds clear, right? It's a little horse. And a horse is clear. That's pretty clear too. But the character is humpbacked. He's got a little bump on his back that keeps anybody from riding him. He's also got big floppy ears. And the main character, Ivan, just loves him and his big floppy ears. He's always messing with his hair and his mane. You'll notice that a lot of things happen in this story. It kind of goes all over the place. And one of the characters in it is called a czar. A czar is Russian for king. And there's also a czarina, that's princess. I'll use those words back and forth. Princess, czarina. Also, the reason that we learned this story in my class is that this is the story that pretty much all big ballet schools in Russia use as their big production. So in the spring, they do the story of the little humpback horse, and everyone who's ready gets a part in the ballet they perform for their parents. It's quite famous, and the ballet company called Mariinsky, which you can learn a little bit about on my blog and my website. It's a section called Notes from Miss Sarah. There's a whole STEAM page, with exercises about the little humpback horse on it. And you can see there the video for the ballet school production of the little humpback horse. So without any more talking, I tell you the story using puppets. Here we go. Long ago, there were 3 brothers. The father said, "There's a bandit. Go stop the bandit in the wheat fields." And when they went outside, the oldest brothers fell asleep. Ivan looked all around. He saw the wheat moving. He knew that something was out there. But instead of bandits, what jumped out was horses. Not any horses either, magic golden-maned horses. They were beautiful, but none more special than their little brother, the little humpback horse. He had big floppy ears and a hump on his back so you couldn't ride him, and Ivan loved him. When Ivan went to hug him, he looked down and he found this. The little humpback horse said, "That's a firebird feather. Don't touch it, it's trouble." Ivan said, "It's too special to leave. I'll just keep it for a little while," and he wrapped it around his waist. And as soon as he did, the trouble began. His brothers woke up. They didn't even put on their shoes. They found the horses and they rode off. Ivan said, "I have to give them back their shoes. How will I find them?" And the little horse said, "I can help." And they flew in the air all the way to Red Square, where they found the 2 horses and the czar. The czar said, "I want to buy these horses." Ivan said, "I can't sell them." He said, "You just said no to me and I'm not mad at you. You should work for me." Ivan said, "Okay." So he worked pushing the king's throne all the way through the kingdom. And when they got into the palace, there were beautiful paintings on the wall. And the czar said, "What's around your waist?" And Ivan took the firebird feather off, and it touched one of the paintings. It was a painting of wheat, and the wheat in the painting came to life. When the czar saw that, he said, "Oh, touch this painting, touch this painting." It was a picture of a czarina. And when Ivan touched the painting, the czarina came to life and disappeared. The czar said, "Go get her back." Ivan said, "How do you get back a magic princess?" The horse said, "I can help." And they flew until they got to the princess. He said, "The czar wants to marry you, princess." And the princess said, "I don't know him well enough." And the horse said, "I can help." And they flew back to the czar. The czar had a big ring. He said, "Marry me." She said, "There's only one ring that can marry me. It's at the bottom of the sea. I threw it there so that if anyone wanted to marry me, they had to work very hard to get me." Ivan said, "That's a good plan." The czar said, "Ivan, go get it." Ivan said, "How do I find a ring in the ocean?" And the horse said, "I can help." They flew until they got to the sea, where they met the Empress of the Deep, who gave them the ring, and Ivan floated all the way back to the surface, where he met the czar and gave him the ring. And that's when the princess said, "Bathe first." And she brought out a big bucket of milk. The czar said, "You first, Ivan." Ivan jumped in, and they said, "Oh, Ivan, you could be our czar." The czar jumped in. He turned into a raisin. And the princess said, "There's only one czar for me." And that's the story of the little humpback horse.